and welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Kiki.
And today we are going to be looking at something very unusual that will make you see the world, or at least a house, in a whole new way. What am I talking about, Kiki? Tell the people.
Well, today we're talking about the world of upside down houses.
That's exactly what it is. Have you ever been inside an upside down house?
Well, I've never been to an upside down house, but I've been to the Winchester house.
The Winchester house?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a really unique house in San Jose, California, and it has over 10,000 doors and windows.
10,000 doors and windows? This house must be huge.
Yep.
Well, okay, but it's not upside down.
No.
Would it be better if it was, do you think?
I think it would be a lot scarier if it was.
10,000 upside down doors and windows. Well, an upside down house is really exactly what it sounds like. It's a house where everything that is normally down is now up. So I guess when you go in, you're walking on the ceiling and the floor is over your head.
Yeah.
Along with all of the furniture?
I guess.
Okay, well, this is a very unusual way to see the world. I guess if I was in an upside down house, I might feel like a spider or a fly walking on the ceiling, but now, of course, it is beneath my feet. So let's find out all about some interesting upside down houses around the world and why people love to visit them. Upside down houses are great. People like to visit them because everything is upside down. So the floor is the ceiling and the ceiling is the floor. Okay, so yes, the world of upside down houses is the title of our article. And upside down, that's a very useful but kind of strange way of saying, yeah, the things that are normally down are now up. So if you stand on your head, like you're doing yoga or doing a circus trick, you are now upside down. If you have a glass of water and you turn that glass upside down, well, the water, of course, will all fall out of the glass. So houses normally have the tables and chairs on the floor, not on the ceiling, which is what you would find in an upside down house. And if you like the idea, well, you're not alone. The article says upside down houses are great. People like to visit them because everything is upside down. I think it's a good idea to visit an upside down house. Living in one would be very, very hard.
Right.
All of your food would fall.
And everything must get pretty confusing.
Very confusing, yes. I don't know how you would take a shower or wash your face. So visiting one, it was probably the best idea. To visit somewhere is to go to a place and stay there for a little while, look around, and then come home or come back to where you started. When we're on holiday, we will visit a new country or a new city or a new place, and then we will go home. Or maybe your friend will say, hey, come to my house on the weekend. We can watch a movie or play games or something. You will visit their home, stay there for a few hours or longer, but then after some time, you will go home. So when we're on holiday, we visit museums, we visit art galleries, and we visit upside down houses.
That's right. So what will you see when you visit an upside down house? So the floor is the ceiling, and the ceiling is the floor?
That's the way it works.
Okay, well, of course, we know that the floor is usually the ground surface of somewhere where we would walk on it. So when you're in an upside down house, you end up walking On the ceiling.
The ceiling is now the floor, and the floor is the ceiling over your head.
And what's the ceiling?
Well, the ceiling is the thing inside a room that is over your head. So in a room, if you think of a room as kind of a box, when you walk in, you are walking on the floor, and the top of the box over your head, that is the ceiling. Now remember, that will be inside the room. If we're talking about the top of a building, that would be a different word. That would be the roof. You won't usually go on the roof. The rain will fall on the roof, but inside your bedroom or a living room, and often where lights are placed, that would be the ceiling over your head. Very interesting stuff.
Well, let's go to Tina.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 visit 动词参观 Kevin will visit the museum this afternoon. Kevin 今天下午会参观博物馆 floor 名词地板或者是楼层我们先来看地板的例句 Jane cleaned the floor after lunch. Jane 午餐后把地板清干净了。我们再来看楼层的例句 Their office is on the 5th floor. 他们的办公室在5楼。Ceiling 名词天花板 There is a fan on the ceiling. 天花板上有一台吊扇。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, let's go to the second part of the article now. We'll check all that out, and we will be right back. When people are in an upside-down house, they don't feel right. That is because the ceiling is at an angle. Later, they are okay, and they start to take photos of themselves. For example, people lie on the ceiling and pretend to fly. They also hold a chair or a bed and pretend to float away. It looks really crazy. Okay, we are back talking about upside-down houses. We've never been to one, but I think it would be interesting. So, what would it feel like to actually walk into an upside-down house?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
When people are in an upside-down house, they don't feel right.
Ooh, they feel strange or they feel like something's wrong.
Maybe they'll feel dizzy.
Probably, yeah.
Well, that is because the ceiling is at an angle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would be a very different way of looking at a room. And of course, it would probably make your eyes and your brain feel funny or not feel right. Later, it says they are okay. So after some time, I guess your brain, your eyes, and also your feeling of balance, it would start to adjust or get used to this. But at first, you might feel very strange. But later, they are okay, and they start to take photos of themselves, because it would be a really cool thing to take a photo, maybe even flip the photo over so it looks like you're upside down yourself. You could have a lot of fun with that. All right, while we think of creative things to do with pictures inside an upside down house, let's go over to Tina right now.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的文法 feel 加上形容词感觉怎样 feel 是连缀动词三态是 feel, felt, felt 后面要接形容词课文中的 right 表示正常的健康的我们来看看这个例句 Lisa felt tired after the race Lisa 比赛后感觉疲累 at an angle 倾斜的Angle 是角度的意思。我们来看看这个例句。The picture on the wall is hanging at an angle. 墙上的画挂得歪歪的。Take a photo. 拍照。后面可以用 of 来接受词。Photo 指的是相片、照片。我们来看看这个例句。The teacher took a photo of the whole class. 老师帮全班拍了一张照片。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, we are back. So what are some of the other things people might find fun to do in an upside-down house?
For example, people lie on the ceiling and pretend to fly.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That sounds fun.
I could kind of go down on my hands and knees and feel like a spider or a fly or something.
Wouldn't you be flying upside down?
That's true, I might be. Oh, this is very confusing.
Okay, well, what does it mean to lie on something? It's basically when a person or an animal or some living thing is resting on a flat surface. So usually when you go to bed, you are lying down on your bed. And it's basically just the act of being flat, horizontally flat on a surface.
Yes, a very good way to go to sleep, but not a good way to go to work. No, you don't want to do that. What else will people do inside an upside down house? It says they also hold a chair or a bed and pretend to float away. So again, I think this would be cool. You take the picture, you put the picture upside down, and it looks like that bed is on the floor and your feet are floating or flying away. It looks really crazy, as the article says there. And when we say crazy, this is a word you might use in a rude way to say someone has mental health problems, but that's not the best way to use it. No, we use it more often just to say it's a little strange, it's a little fun, it's a little exciting maybe. If you have a crazy day at the beach, maybe just a lot of things happened and some strange things, some interesting things. So that's what we mean here. It looks strange, it looks interesting, it looks funny when you hold this bed and it looks like you're floating away. That's a crazy picture because it can't be true, but it looks so real.
Well, my mind is going crazy right now, thinking about all those different things we can do upside down. I'm getting confused. Let's go to Tina.
Good idea.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 lie 动词躺卧，它的三态是 lie, lay, lean. Henry lay on the grass and looked at the sky.Henry 躺在草地上看天空。Crazy 形容词疯狂的。That was a crazy party last night. 昨晚的派对真疯狂。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, well, let's review the article again, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Upside-down houses are great. People like to visit them because everything is upside down. So the floor is the ceiling, and the ceiling is the floor. When people are in an upside-down house, they don't feel right. That is because the ceiling is at an angle. Later, they are okay, and they start to take photos of themselves. For example, people lie on the ceiling and pretend to fly.They also hold a chair or a bed and pretend to float away. It looks really crazy.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 visit 动词参观 floor 名词地板楼层 ceiling 名词天花板 lie 动词躺卧Crazy 形容词疯狂的。接着我们来看文法的部分 feel 加上形容词感觉怎么样 Bill didn't feel well, so he stayed home. Bill 觉得不舒服，所以待在家。At an angle 倾斜的 Mike wears his hat at an angle. Mike 把他的帽子斜着戴。Take a photo 拍照 Can you take a photo of us? 你可以帮我们拍张照吗？以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Oh my, I could eat a horse right now.
Eat a horse? Is that a thing here? I don't see that on the menu.
No. It's just an expression. It just means that I'm extremely hungry.
Oh, you scared me. I thought they had some weird stuff going on this menu.
No, well, I'm going to order a huge steak and some sides. What about you?
Actually, I'm gonna go for something light, maybe just some pasta. I'm not so hungry I could eat a horse.
Really, I'm so hungry right now. Hello everyone! Today we're discussing the idiom eat a horse. And it doesn't usually mean eating an actual horse.
I hope not. Instead, it's an exaggerated way of saying you're hungry enough to eat a huge amount of food, like something that's so big like a horse.
Right. It's often used after doing something strenuous that makes you work up an appetite.
For example, you might feel like you could eat a horse after some intense exercise or a long day at work.
Here's how you could use the term in a sentence. We've been hiking for hours. I could eat a horse right now.
Or, after a whole day of running errands, he felt like he could eat a horse.
It's a more vivid way to express hunger instead of simply saying, I'm starving.
So the next time you're really hungry, you can say, I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse.
And that's all for today.
See you next time. Stay well fed.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.